Links to previous episodes are given in the video description, so don't forget to like, subscribe and share the video. An Innocent Heart. Episode 2. Hope. I stand almost frozen as he slips my dress off slowly. I'm going to shower while you order dinner. I shudder as my body tingles from his touch. He doesn't answer me, and when he's done taking off my dress, he pulls his t-shirt over his head and off. What are you doing? Why am I so shy all of a sudden? We made a deal earlier, or did you forget? He says in a soft, malicious voice. I haven't forgotten, but I thought you would have, I say in a shaky voice. Not a chance. He picks me over his shoulder and I yelp, then start laughing. He walks straight into the bathroom and starts the shower with me still on his shoulder. Put me down. I'm kicking my feet up and down, but he doesn't seem fazed. He smacks me lightly, but I can't stop laughing. Stop kicking. He walks into the shower and puts me down, then takes his shorts off. Oh goddess! I try not to move my eyes down south at all, but it's not that easy. He smirks. Hope, we are mates and I won't ever hurt you or force you into anything. Please relax. He grabs the shampoo bottle and starts washing my hair. I actually thought he would be trying to take my bathing suit off, but he remains a complete gentleman, for now. I want to tell him that I can wash my own hair or say anything at all, but I can't find my voice. How is this so normal for him? Well, he was a man whore, I answer myself. When he finishes shampooing my hair, he brings me closer to him and I lift my hands up to rinse the shampoo off. He watches me with so much adoration that I can't help but wrap my arms around his shoulders and kiss him. He cups my face and quickly deepens the kiss. Sparks rush through my body and I can feel his not-so-little friend against me. What little control he has slips away as he lifts me up and pushes me up against the shower wall, and with one hand he takes off my top. My hands are still wrapped around his shoulders. You are so sweet, he says. I cannot help but bring his head even closer to me, if that's even possible. I've lost all control as I throw my head back in pleasure and cry out his name. He moves back up and kisses me like his life depends on it as he moves to the side. He has me at his mercy. Tell me, does it feel good, baby? My brain is all mushy right now, so I stay quiet. Answer me, he growls, but keeps his assault on me. Yes, it feels good, and in no time at all my body trembles at the amazing feeling. I drop my head on his shoulder as he holds me tight. He whispers, I love you. I kiss his shoulder, then take him in my hand. I've never done this before, but I start moving back and forth. He curses, but he looks like he's enjoying this. Tell me, does it feel good, baby? I ask with a smirk on my face. He looks surprised at my confidence. Yes, it feels good. A few more strokes and he pushes me down ever so carefully and comes on me as a string of curses leave his mouth. He looks delicious and he's all mine. A few minutes later he lifts me up and hugs me. Nobody has ever made me feel this good, he says. I smile at him. He must be kidding. You're making fun of me. No, I've never come this fast or hard. He can feel my uneasiness and my confidence slipping away as I put my head down, thinking of all the other girls he's been with. Crystal, for sure, has a lot more experience than me, and she had been sleeping with him for a while before I came into the picture. He lifts my chin up. Hope, I never loved any of them, so this is new for me, do you understand? I stay quiet for a few seconds thinking about what he just said. Yes, I do. He smiles. Good, now let's wash you off and go order dinner. He starts washing his hair and I slip off my bottoms, then wash off and shampoo my hair once more before we finish. I put lotion all over while he watches, then wear shorts and a t-shirt. He wears his sweats. How can you wear something so casual and look so seductive? He asks, wrapping his arms around me from the back while he looks at me in the mirror. I smile and turn around, giving him a quick kiss. I blow dry my hair while he watches me quietly. Have you done this before? My voice comes out small. He looks at me. What, showered with someone? I nod. No, I haven't. This is my first time. He kisses my neck. I am so happy with his answer. He orders dinner while I call Mom and send her a few pictures I took. We eat dinner out on the balcony and I've never felt so happy in my life. Dinner is delicious. We eat everything he ordered, and just like Zayn said, he does end up having me for dessert over and over again in the jacuzzi. I wake up early the next day and start packing all our things. I wish we could stay longer, but he has work and I have school. We have breakfast at the hotel, then leave for the airport where his jet awaits us. After takeoff, Zayn goes to check up on the captain while I go use the bathroom. When I come back, I see him seated with an angry look on his face. He looks my way, then down again, picks up my phone from the table and stands up. "Big bad alpha," he says, glaring at me. "Oh, before I can say anything, you have plans to go out to a bonfire tonight." His eyes are piercing through me. "Yeah, I'm sorry, I forgot to mention it." "Over my dead body?" "Hope. Over your dead body? Are you nuts?" "You're not going," he says. "I am going, and why are you going through my phone anyway?" I looked up at him and he glares down at me, making me take a small step back. He doesn't answer my question. "Gavin and Jason both, hey, you guys are something else." He takes a step closer to me, sneering. I can't believe he's making a big deal out of this. "When did you make these plans with them?" His voice is low but his eyes are full of rage. I stay quiet. "When I was away or during our time together here?" "No, this was on Friday at school and I didn't make plans with them. All of us, including your sister, are going, and I don't know why you're making a big deal out of this." "I told you to stay away from Gavin," he shouts. "And I did. I don't know how he found out that I was going. He probably heard it from someone at school." "That's too bad for him because you're not going." I roll my eyes as I try to walk past him, but he grabs my arm. "Don't walk away from me. Let go of me." I try to pull away. "Watch it. I might be a gentleman, but I have no problem marking you right now whether you're old enough or not. I couldn't care less. That way my scent will be all over your body and everyone will know who you belong to." My body reacts to him in mysterious ways. Rather than being mad at him, he's turning me on. "I already told Gavin that I have a boyfriend." "Oh yeah, and when did you tell him?" "Hey." The more I explain, the angrier he is got. "Zayn, you're making a big. When did you tell him?" I almost jump at the sound of his voice roaring. He kept asking me to go out with him until I told him. I was surprised when he sent me a message, but he did say we are friends, so it's no big deal, I say, trying to get him to calm down. He clenches his jaw. "No big deal. How would you feel if I was going out with someone I knew bothered you?" I know who he means. I'm not going out with Gavin or anyone else. I agreed to give us a chance and I. He cuts me off with a sarcastic laugh. "Give us a chance? You don't have a choice. Or did you think I would ever let you go to be with someone else? I cut him off this time. You're right, I don't have a choice. I love you and I want to be with you and nobody else, but you're not being fair. He looks shocked for a few seconds, then he sighs and closes the distance between us, embracing me into his arms. Zayn. I was this close to losing, but when she said she loves me I felt a tug at my heart. She said it with so much emotion and conviction I wanted to hold her and make all her pain and worry go away. She wants to be with me and only me. I stood there staring at her in awe, taking in what she had just said. Hunter howled in ecstasy. I can't explain the things I felt when I heard her say she loves me. I hugged her and she melted into me like she always does. I brought her chin up so she would look at me and kissed her. This girl is everything to me. I walk over to the couch and sit down with her on my lap. She curls up into me as I run my hands through her soft beautiful hair. My life is complete. I have my baby in my arms and she loves me. She stayed still with her head buried into my chest. Hunter was so calm and relaxed I could hear him almost purring. She looks up at me through her lashes and I can't help but smile at her gorgeous face. I gently bring her face up a little to kiss her, but that's never enough for me. I turn her around so now she's straddling my lap. I told you, you were mine, I say to her. And you're mine. Her eyes light up making my heart swell. I take her face in my hands and kiss her, devouring her mouth until she's grinding against me. Baby, you taste so sweet, she moans in my mouth, then pulls away from me with a dazed look on her face. It takes all my strength to not to take all her clothes off and give her what she wants. After you turn 18 you're moving into the pack house and staying with me. I tell her, but she remains quiet. Then she smiles. Can we decide later? She puts her head on my shoulder and cuddles into me. You don't want to move in with me? I ask her. She plants a kiss on my neck. It's not that, I just don't want to leave my parents so soon. I understand how she feels. She's their only child and Hope has a very special relationship with her mom and dad. Most teenagers her age don't get along with their parents or they rebel against them for whatever reason. But my baby is so sweet and loving. Still, I can't stay away from her much longer. She has to stay with me, but I won't mention it to her again now. She stays on my lap until I lay down on the couch and pull her up on top of me. Her scent consumes me and I feel my baby start to drift off into blissful sleep. I know she's going to want to go out with her friends tonight, but I'll be * if I let her go alone, and Jason needs to learn a few things. Hope. Our flight back home consisted of eating lunch and a lot of making out and groping. I'm going to miss being alone with him. We make it out of the airport hand in hand the whole time and Zayn's driver is outside waiting for us. He takes our bags and Zayn opens the door for me to get in. I slide in and he sits right next to me taking my hand in his. Thank you, I say to him, and he looks at me. I had a great unforgettable time. He brings my hand up to his mouth and kisses it. You don't have to thank me, I want you with me all the time. I want to take you places and experience new things with you. His husky voice is so luring. I get up and sit on his lap. He puts his arm around my waist as I melt into him, savoring his scent. This weekend went by really fast for me. Now I have to get past tonight's bonfire and then start planning something for Zayn's birthday. Luna, should I drop you off at your house or at the pack house? The driver asks once we are on our territory. Zayn answers before I can get a word in. Pack house. I roll my eyes at him and he grips me tighter. You're staying by my side from now on. I smile and kiss him on his cheek. I want to see my parents first, then I'll come up to the pack house. Baby, your parents and my parents are waiting for us at the pack house. He must have gotten a mind link from someone telling him that because he hasn't touched his phone. Oh, okay. As soon as we park and get out, his mom and my mom and dad are already waiting for us by the entrance. There's my princess, dad says, and he and mom both hug me. Zayn hugs his mom but keeps his eyes on me. She soon lets go of Zayn and turns toward me. Hope you look beautiful as always, and this pack is boring without our future Luna, and she hugs me. Zayn takes my hand as we all enter the house and into the private living room for the Alpha and his family. I've always loved this room, it's so cozy. The floors are all hardwood and so are the ceiling and walls. There's a huge brick fireplace that adds to the calm ambience of the room. Are you guys hungry? Mom asks. We ate on the plane, I say. Well, how about dessert? I'm in the mood for dessert, Zayn says, looking at me in all seriousness and bites on his lower lip. Thank goddess nobody notices, but he has me clenching my thighs together. Luna orders all kinds of desserts and sweets for us. If she only knew what her pervert son meant. The Alpha joins us soon and he seems happy to see us, but he is very busy as always. He and Dad move aside and start talking. By the looks on their faces it's something serious. Zayn joins them but keeps looking over at me every few minutes. I hear them talking about rogues and an attack, but Emily comes running in with Kyle and Matt, so I get distracted with her excitement to see her brother and I. She hugs me so tight. I'm so happy you're back, we all missed you. Then she goes over to Zayn and hugs him. Have you been behaving yourself, Emily? Zayn jokes with her. Absolutely not. Matt and Kyle come over to me after they stand listening to the rest of the men for a while. Hey Hope, how about a pool day? Kyle says, he is so nice, I'm glad we are getting closer. Matt too. How about tomorrow after school, I answer him. Even better, Matt says, we can have a barbecue by the pool after training. Zayn growls as he walks over to us. Hey, no competition here brother, we all know she's yours. Matt says, raising his hands up, and we all laugh. Actually, I don't see a mark on her, so she's still fair game, Kyle says, trying to piss off Zayn. You better shut your mouth before I knock your teeth out, Zayn says and smacks Kyle. Mom and Luna laugh. You deserved that one, brother. Matt says, laughing at Kyle. Hope you're coming to the bonfire tonight, right? Emily asks. Yes, I am, I answer confidently. I can feel Zayn's eyes burning a hole in me. I don't dare look at him though. I can go out with my friends if I want to. Hey, that sounds cool, I wouldn't mind a bonfire, Kyle says, if it's not just seniors and there are hot babes. I'll go too, Matt chimes in. I'm so happy they want to come out with us. Sure, they are older even though they don't look much older than Eric or Jason, but usually bonfires and parties attract all group ages. Yeah, you guys should come, it'll be fun, I say to both of them, but I can't help wonder if Zayn put them up to this. Zayn takes my hand and starts walking out. We'll be back, he says to nobody in particular as he leads me out of the room and into his office. You still want to go? He asks me once we are alone. Yes, I promised my friends I'd go with them. You could come too. He looks at me. No, I have to take care of a few things. You go, but I'm sending a warrior with you. Oh hell no. No way. Baby, it would make me feel a lot better. And that reminds me, what's going on? I heard you guys talking about an attack and rogues. Don't worry, it's nothing for now, but if you insist on going out tonight, a warrior goes with you. Zayn, both your brothers are going, there's no need. Hope don't argue with me, either the warrior goes or you don't go. Oh my, he is unbelievable. Fine, I agree and turn around to leave, but he pulls me into him. Not so fast, he cups my face and kisses me so hard I feel weak at the knees. Hope. We spend the majority of the afternoon with the family, until April, Eric, Amy, Derek, and Jason come looking for us. They all look happy to see me, I love them all so much. Emily and I walk outside with them and we're all talking about tonight when Zayn walks up to us, putting his arm around my waist. Alpha, they bow. He looks right at Jason. If anything happens to her, don't bother coming back tonight. Jason just nods his head at first, then opens his big mouth. I'll take care of her, and winks at Zayn. Zayn quirks a brow and his eyes slightly darken before anyone has a chance to blink. Zayn shoves Jason back against the wall. I don't need you or anyone else to take care of her, got that? Jason nods. I didn't mean. I don't care what you meant, Zayn growls, his eyes have an evil glint through them. I put my hand on his shoulder to try and calm him down or pull him back, and he relaxes instantly. I love how he responds to my touch and scent. Zayn, please, but he doesn't let me finish what I'm saying. He turns Jason's head towards me. You see her, but he doesn't give him a chance to answer. If anything happens to her, I will make your life a living hell, understood? Jason says yes, then hesitates before he continues. Hope is my friend. I care for her the same way I care for Emily, April, and Amy, that's all. Zayn stays quiet. Then good, I'll see you all later then. He turns to me. I have something to take care of, I'll come see you before you go. He kisses me softly and leaves. I find myself wishing I wasn't going out tonight. I want to stay with him, but I promised my friends I'd go. I guess I could always leave early. You deserved that, Emily says. Jason ignores her. He looks mad, but Emily and Eric both let him have it for provoking Zayn on purpose. She's his mate and he's a alpha. You should be glad he didn't throw you across the borders, Eric says. You deserved that, man, Derek says, laughing. Amy tries to lighten the mood. So Hope, what are you going to wear tonight? Casual, I answer. April asks me where Zayn and I went, and I tell them a little bit about our trip before the guys go their separate ways, and we decide to meet at 8 in front of the pack house. We still have a few hours before we have to get ready. The girls and I go back inside and find Mom in the living room with Dad and the alpha. So, we go to the kitchen and find Matt sitting at the table with a few ladies. When he sees us, he comes over and sits between Emily and me. You're still coming tonight, right? I ask. Of course, one thing leads to another, and now there are also several other pack members going to the bonfire. The more the merrier, I guess. Soon Kyle comes in, and now there's a kitchen full of wolves. Some are eating, some just talking. Suddenly everyone is quiet and I feel a pair of strong arms pulling me up from my seat, dragging me out of the kitchen and into the foyer. He pushes me against the wall and covers my mouth with his. I hook my arms with his neck and jump into his arms, wrapping my legs around his waist. How am I supposed to concentrate on anything with your scent with my brain? Lust clear in his voice, making me want him so bad. I can't help myself. I bring his head down a little towards me and kiss him just as our parents walk by, stopping when they us. Dad clears his throat. I immediately jump down and Zayn chuckles at me while I hide my face in his chest. This trip did you both some good, finally Luna says, making me blush. Zayn, when you're free come to my office please. Alpha says with a smile on his face, and he and my dad walk away. Mom and Luna walk past us into the kitchen. What time are you leaving? He says with his head in the crook of my neck. At 8 I have to go get ready in a little bit. He looks up at me with his eyes furrowed together. Get ready? You're already ready. I have to shower and change, that's all. He backs away from me and looks at me from top to bottom. I want to see what you're going to wear. I sigh. I'm wearing jeans and a shirt, and I don't have to report to you about what I wear. I roll my eyes at him. Watch it, he warns and smacks me. I'll come see you before you leave, he says, and walks away to his dad's office. When I get home I unpack my things from the trip and take a long shower. My mind drifts off and I start daydreaming about Zayn and our trip. I really wish I wasn't going out tonight. I walk out with a towel wrapped around my body and I almost scream when I see Zayn on my bed with a bunch of papers scattered around and he's reading something. I guess he brought his work here. He looks up at me. Now there's a sight I'll never get bored of. He walks over to the window and shuts the curtains. When you're in here, shut your curtains, he's so bossy. But he's right, I remember the person I saw at night looking up at my window. Yet I woke up at night and found someone looking up at my window once, I say while getting my panties from my dresser. He walks over looking at me pick out my underwear. That was me. I look at him confused. He explains how he had been away for a while and when he returned he followed my scent. I saw you at the window. He comes over and runs his fingers down my arm, giving me chills. I wish your parents weren't downstairs. I'd lay you down on the bed and eat you until you scream my name. I literally can't stand on my feet after he says that, and Zayn puts his arms around me as I lay my head on his chest. He chuckles at my response to him. Want me to help you get dressed, baby? He knows exactly what he's doing to me. I smack his arm. No, I can do it. I walk to the bathroom locking the door and I stand against it for a minute. He is intense. I put lotion all over and get dressed. I wear tight blue jeans and a basic black tank top. Zayn is still on my bed working, when I walk out. You're wearing a jacket over that. I glare at him and start to dry my hair. I decide to wear a little makeup, why not? Just some black eyeliner and mascara. It's 8 and I have to leave, but somebody is being a little too possessive tonight. Jacket, he says, and I grab a hoodie and put it on. He picks up his paperwork and walks downstairs with me. I tell my parents I love them and walk outside, and of course he has a bodyguard waiting in my driveway. I'm not riding with him, he can follow behind us. I don't care as long as he goes where you go tonight. Zayn, don't worry, your brothers will be there, everything will be fine, plus I'm not staying late. I kiss him and get in the car with April, Eric, and Amy. Emily rides with her brothers while Jason and Derek have a couple of girls in the car with them. As we drive off I can't help but look back at Zayn standing in my driveway. Hope. The beach is crowded and the bonfire is already roaring. The smell of smoke and alcohol hits me as soon as we get out of the car. Matt tells everyone to stay close together and my trusted bodyguard stays by the car. As we walk toward the mass of people, random guys and girls I recognize from school say hi to me and some hand us drinks. I take a seat by the fire. Jason sits next to me but not too close. I can tell he's upset about what happened with Zayn. He hands me a drink. Jason, you're my best friend and I don't like to see you upset. He looks at me sideways. I'm not. It was my fault. I shouldn't have said anything, but I did mean it. I'll take care of you always. I smile at him. He means it in a friendly way, I think. My heart aches for Jason. We've known each other all our lives. I hope he finds his mate soon. Kyle walks over and sits on my other side. He leans forward looking at Jason. I heard you were mouthing off and almost got you kicked. He laughs. Kyle, stop. I nudge him and he shrugs his shoulders and takes a sip of his drink. Jason stays quiet, then gets up and walks over to the girls who came with him from our pack, and 2 other girls from school join them. Couples in sleeping bags and some under blankets scattered around on the beach make me miss Zayn. I'm surprised he hasn't called or messaged me. Then again, he did seem busy earlier. I'm on my second drink when I notice Matt walking around like he's looking for someone. I walk over to him. Is everything okay? He looks like he's anxious and out of breath. I am, but my wolf is going crazy. I think my mate is here, but I don't notice any unusual scent. I smile. Okay, let's walk around and see what happens. We walk around until Matt stops in his tracks and looks behind us. A beautiful blonde standing with some other girls snaps her head up and they both start walking toward each other. I try to keep up with Matt. It's like he's in a frenzy. As soon as they reach each other, Matt picks her up and swings her around in his arms. I hear them both utter mate. I'm watching them in awe but cringe when I hear Gavin, looks like your boyfriend found someone else. I turn to him. He's not my boyfriend. He smiles and tries to take my hand. Okay, great, come on, let's take a walk. No, I'm sorry, I have to get back to my friends. Just then I hear Kyle call me as he walks over. Is this your boyfriend? Gavin asks, pointing to Kyle. No, Gavin. I'm about to walk away when he says, come on, Hope, will you stop teasing me? Back off, she's taken. Kyle growls a warning and we've attracted a small crowd quickly. Taken by who? I don't see anyone with her. By me, a deep voice that I love says. I turn around with a smile on my face. Zayn takes my drink and pulls me into him. You. Gavin looks angry. He looks intently at Zayn for a few seconds. I know you right. He squints his eyes at Zayn. No, you don't, and you don't want to either. All you need to know is to stay away from her. Rage in his voice as he points to me. He leads me away with Kyle walking ahead of us. I'm so glad you came. I say, a little too excited. I blame the alcohol. He has a grimace look on his face, yet and just in time it seems, he says, looking over at Gavin who's still watching us. I turn his face towards me. Matt found his mate. I point to Matt and his mate who are now sitting with our group. Zayn is still tense and he keeps looking back at where Gavin and his friends are gathered. Matt's mate is sitting on his lap. They are so cute together, but before Matt gets a chance to introduce us, she instantly recognizes Zayn. Alpha Zayn, you were at our pack about a month ago. You helped us. Zayn nods but stiffens. You're here to see Stephanie, right? She says you two are still seeing each other. She's over there. She points. I look over at where she's pointing, then at Zayn, who puts his arm around me, but I move his hand away. Mandy, you already know my brother Alpha Zayn, and that's his mate Hope, Matt says. She looks at me with a confused look on her face. Nice to meet you, I'm Mandy. She bows and gives me a weak smile. I feel like such a fool. He's still seeing someone else. That's what Mandy just said. I feel like a fool. We aren't seeing each other and I'm not here to see Stephanie. Zayn answers Mandy as I move away from him, taking a few steps back. Don't even think about it, he says to me, but then he gets distracted. Two women walk over. One of them is an exact copy of Mandy. Kyle looks like he's in a trance as his eyes land on her and they both say mate. I'm too annoyed and hurt to be happy for Kyle right now. Kyle hugs Mandy's look-alike and the other woman shrieks. Alpha, did you miss me? Wrapping her arms around Zayn's neck. Emily freaks out and starts yelling at Zayn, I cannot believe you have a mate. I can't hear anything else. I feel my blood boiling and my heart beating fast. Without even registering what I'm doing, I storm towards her quickly and tear her arms away from him, pushing her so hard she falls flat on her. She looks at me with wide eyes. She screams at me. More than a few of my friends are already by my side. Zayn tries to grab me towards him, but I push him away. Hope he calls my name with warning. I stand with my arms folded against my chest. Steph, are you okay? Mandy asks her friend helping her. I'm an alpha's daughter, she yells at me, but Zayn doesn't give me a chance to answer. Stephanie, shut up, she is my mate. He walks over to me, but I still don't want him to touch me. Right away Emily, Amy, and April are beside me. Are you okay? Amy asks me. I'm fine. Hope. I can't stand to be near Zayn right now. I just want to go home, but I don't want to give him the satisfaction. I cannot believe what Mandy said. He did deny seeing her, but I cannot help how I'm feeling. I feel like a fool. Everyone here knows what a player he is, and then here I am thinking he loves me. He loves me because of the mate bond. He was with Crystal and with Stephanie before me. He was with them willingly. With me he had to feel the mate bond to want me. But he was so sweet and sincere in Hawaii. He always is when we're alone. I cannot help feeling like I was forced on him. I know what mates are and how this works, but still I hate that he has been with so many different women. One of which is standing by Jason, Matt, and his mate. She keeps looking my way every few minutes. Zayn is sitting right across from me. He looks furious right now. I cannot believe our mates are brothers, I hear Mandy say. Kyle comes over to where I'm now sitting with Emily and Amy by my side. Carrie, this is Hope, she's my brother's mate, the alpha. Kyle introduces and she smiles. Hi, she says before she bows. Hi, I say plainly but smile at her. This is Emily, my sister, and Amy, their friend and member of our pack. They start asking each other questions, but I'm not in the mood for small talk. I take out my phone and find a message from Jason. Remind me not to piss you off, you're strong. I read his message but don't reply. Zayn walks over and takes my hand, pulling me up. We're leaving. I don't want to make a scene and push him away, so I just say, I don't want to leave. Zayn. I can feel how distant she is right now. She doesn't want me near her. I kept trying to hold her, but she pushed me away. I could have easily forced myself on her, but I didn't want to piss her off even more or cause a scene. I couldn't care less about anyone else. Why can't she see that? I was shocked when she pushed Stephanie off me. My baby is strong. She's sitting with Emily and her other friend, totally ignoring my presence. I can't take this any longer. She doesn't want to leave. I should grab her and force her to leave with me, but I'm still trying to control myself. Come, let's go for a walk. This time I don't give her a chance to deny me. I lead her away from everyone and pull her into me. She tries to push me away again, but hell no. I'm warning you, don't push me away again. Or what? She counters, raising a brow at me. Or you will run off to another one of your beaches. That's all she had to say to get me to lose my mind. That's it, I literally drag her to my car. She's kicking and hitting me, trying to put up a fight. I push her up against the car. Hope you're going to shut up and stop acting and listen to me, or I have no problem taking out my frustration on you right here against this car. I look her right in the eyes, meaning every word. She stays quiet, then she looks away from me. I want to go home, I have school tomorrow. I open the door for her and she gets in without even glancing my way. I shut her door and go around and get in the driver's seat and start the car. I mind link Alex, the bodyguard I sent to watch her, and tell him to wait for the others. Stephanie is from before you and I. Why are you upset? She glares at me. From before, she's been telling her friends you still see each other. Which I denied. I raise my voice and Hunter growls in my head. Don't yell at me. She warns, her eyes wide. I run my hand through my hair, then down my face, but I keep my mouth shut. This girl is going to be the death of me. I take her hand but she pulls away, so I put my hand on her thigh and squeeze. She tries to move her leg but I hold on to her. Lose the attitude, I'm really trying to hold myself together right now. She doesn't move but I feel her flinch. The rest of the ride we stay quiet. I keep glancing at her while I drive. She has her head on, leaned against the window. When we get to the pack territory, I stop at her house. She looks at me for a second, then gets out without saying anything, and I drive off quickly. I mind link the security guards at the borders. If my mate, the beta's daughter, tries to leave our grounds, do not let her and notify me know right away. I am so frustrated I go into the living room and find my parents. Rough night? Dad asks. Something like that. I pour myself a hard drink and sit down. Matt and Kyle found their mates, I say, leaning back in the couch. Yet Emily called and let us know. I'm so happy. I want grandchildren ASAP. Since Hope is too young to give me any right now, it'll have to be Matt or Kyle's mate. Mom says. I stay quiet, leaning back and taking a sip of my drink. Hunter has decided to be with me too. He's ignoring me. Just when I'm about to get up and go to my room, my brothers and their mates walk in along with Stephanie. What are you doing here? I ask Stephanie with a growl. I came with my friends to the party and I don't have a way back to my pack. Since they're staying here till tomorrow, I'll be staying here too. She smirks at me, making my stomach turn. Twins? Oh wow, you are so pretty. Mom gushes over Matt and Kyle's mates. Ladies, welcome to our pack. I take it you will be staying here with your mates and tomorrow someone will escort you back to the Blue Moon pack and you can start preparations for your permanent move to our pack. Dad says. You're welcome to stay here for the night as well. Your father is a friend and ally of ours. He says to Stephanie. She nods and looks at me. Where's your mate? She asks me. That's none of your business. I practically bark at her. Where's Emily? I ask Kyle. She went up to her room. I walk out and right up the stairs to Emily's room. When I knock, she doesn't open, so I let myself in only to find her asleep already. I love my baby sister, but she has to learn to watch her mouth. I close the door and head to my room and get in the shower. Why is she so difficult? I'm thinking to myself, because she's not easy like the others. Hunter says. Images of her on the beach keep going through my mind, when we were in the lagoon, when we showered together, her sweet taste. I should have said something when I dropped her off, or I should have forced her to come here and spend the night with me. But she and I both need time to cool off. We need her. Hunter sighs longingly in my head. I get out of the shower and find Stephanie standing by the window. What are you doing in here? She turns around ever so slowly. I came to see you, Alpha. Well, you've seen me, now get out. I open the door. She walks over and sits on my bed. Why are you so angry? I run my hands through my hair, then walk up to her and grab her by the neck. I don't want you, got that? I get her off my bed and push her out my room. Just before I slam the door in her face, she smiles at me. You're lost, she says, then turns around and walks away. What is she smiling about? Crazy. I lock my door, then lay down and take out my phone. I start looking through the pictures I have of Hope. She's breathtaking. I hadn't noticed how many pictures I'd taken of my little brat. My mate, my Hope. Hope. I couldn't sleep last night. I tried everything from drinking hot milk to reading, but nothing worked, and I couldn't stop thinking about Zayn. He dropped me off last night and left without saying a word to me. I get ready for school, and today I wear a black skirt with black knee-high socks and a black bodysuit, and I leave my hair down. The weather is getting cooler now, but I don't wear a jacket. I head downstairs. Good morning, princess. Dad greets me. I feel like I don't see you enough anymore, he says. I give him a big hug and kiss. How about we do something this weekend? Just you, me, and Mom. He looks at me. Is everything okay? I put my head down. Yes. Where's Mom? He looks at me for a few seconds. She went up to the pack house early. She wants to start planning a welcome party for Matt and Kyle's mates. He looks at me and smiles. If you want, you can come up to the pack house with me. I'm headed there now. We can have breakfast with the pack. I think about it for a second. No, it's okay. I'm not hungry, and anyway I have to go up there today for training. I kiss Dad again and walk out. Just as I walk out, Emily's car stops and I get in. The girls seem quieter than usual. You guys okay? Absolutely, Amy says, sounding unsure of herself, and Emily smiles at me, focusing on the road a little too much. Emily, I'm so happy for your brothers. I'm sure you'll find your mate soon too. She stays quiet, then says they are at the pack house. They spent the night here. Well, that's normal for mates, isn't it? I ask. They both stay quiet. Yet it is. Amy answers. Guys, what's going on? What aren't you telling me? They both remain silent. Then Emily says Stephanie also stayed the night. I feel like I'm going to vomit. Where did she stay? I say almost in a whisper. Hope my brother adores you. She stayed in one of the guest rooms on the second floor, Amy says. I don't say anything for the rest of the ride to school, and when we park, Alex, my bodyguard and Zayn's best friend, comes over. Luna. Hope, good morning. Luna Maria asked me to tell you to meet her at the pack house right after school. Thank you, Alex. I turn around and walk away. I hear whistles as I walk in, and Amy and Emily are waiting by my locker with April and Eric. Dang, Hope, you look hot, Derek says. What happened to you last night? I ask him, smiling. I was busy with 2 human girls. He wiggles his eyebrows at me. He is such a player. We all wait for Jason, then go to class. At lunch Gavin has a cheerleader on his lap but keeps giving me creepy looks. Yuck. Hope, are you coming to train today? Jason asks. I think about it for a few seconds, yet I think so. After school I drop my books off at home and walk up to the pack house to meet Luna. As soon as I enter she meets me at the door. Hi sweetheart, you look gorgeous. My son is very lucky, I smile at her. You wanted to see me? Yes, I miss you. I thought it would be nice if we spent some time together. I stay quiet but smile at her unless you're busy or have homework. No, I'd love to spend some time with you. I'm disappointed that I've been in the house for a few minutes now and Zayn hasn't come to find me. She takes my hand and we walk towards the living room. Great, and we won't have Zayn around to come take you away like he always does, she laughs. He's not here. No, but he'll be here soon. We have lunch alone and she tells me about when she first met Alpha, and the problems they faced. I can tell she's telling me all this because she knows that Zayn and I have our issues. But she is so nice and I really am happy I got to spend this time with her. An hour later, I excuse myself and head home. Mom and Dad are outside by the pool having drinks. Hope, Grandma says to call her. My mom says. Okay, I will. My dad's parents and mom's parents come visit us every once in a while and we used to visit them more often than we do now. Or at least that's the case for me. But I do try to call as often as I can. I sit outside with them for a while and Mom tells us about the welcome party her and Luna are planning for Matt and Kyle's mates, and that reminds me Zayn's birthday is this weekend. I'm going out for a little while before training, I won't be late. I kiss them both and get my car keys and leave. When I get to our borders, security won't open the gates. One guy walks over. Luna, Alpha has instructed we don't let you out. What? Open the gates now, that jerk Zayn, I wish I could punch him. I'm sorry Luna, we have our orders. I get out of the car. He doesn't have the right. Like hell I don't. Zayn has both hands folded across his chest as he walks over to me slowly and the security guy leaves us. Why did you tell them not to let me out? My goddess, he looks so cute. Where are you going? I feel myself heat up as he looks at me from head to toe. Out, now please tell them to open the gates. I can't do that. You've been a bad girl and this is your punishment. Ugh, I wish I could beat him up. Who do you think you are? You can't punish me. He smirks. Wanna bet? He puts both hands on my car with me caged in between his arms. There is no reason for you to be angry. You are 1,000 times more woman than Stephanie or anyone else. He wraps his arms around me. My body has a mind of its own as I feel myself melt into his arms. He lifts my chin up and kisses me. I mean really kisses me. When we break apart he puts his forehead on mine. Did you see her last night? He pauses. Yes, but only for a minute. I turn my face away from him. No, don't do that, Hope. He turns my face to him again. You are everything to me and I cannot lose you. I'm everything to you because I'm your mate, right? He looks confused for a second. Yes, you're mine. But you were with Stephanie and Crystal willingly. Willingly? What are you getting at, Hope? I just look up at him. I know this might not seem fair but I can't help how I feel. Is this what all this is about? I look up at him, not saying a word. I'm a man with needs. I'm almost 28, they meant nothing to me. It was only about X, about getting off. You are everything to me, I literally cannot function without you, he yells the last few words out and crashes his lips against mine. I don't want to give in to him, not like every other time, but he's my mate, so I kiss him back. He kisses me with so much passion my knees feel weak. Let's go spend the night in the city tonight, he whispers. I can't, I have school. He has me against the car now. Please, I'll make you come over and over again. My legs turn to jello and I swallow hard. Zayn, I can't tonight, he sighs and puts his head in the crook of my neck. I muster all my confidence and say, but we can always be together in your room. He looks up at me with a victorious smile. I smile at him, feeling shy. He opens the passenger door for me and I get in as he starts my car and drives off. Where did you see her last night? I ask him. He looks at me for a split second, then looks ahead. I saw her in the living room with everyone else. He says, looking ahead. Baby, just stop thinking about her. I take his hand and I feel him relax. Why is he tense? He parks my car at the pack house and rushes me up to his room. I can't help but giggle at him. He locks the door and pushes me against it and we kiss each other with so much hunger and need. He rushes in taking off my clothes and I do the same with his shirt and jeans. Within seconds I'm left only in my knee-high socks and he is hovering on top of me. He slides his hands in between my legs and puts pressure as he circles his fingers softly, making me melt and squirm under him. You're so cute, baby. You taste so sweet. Goosebumps flush all over my body. He sinks his tongue deep in me and growls mine as he continues to lick and suck. I throw my head back and can't help the loud moan that escapes me as he brings me over the edge. He doesn't stop until my whole body is a pool of jelly. He gets up on his knees and he strokes himself a few times, his eyes never leaving mine, then explodes all over my lower stomach with a loud grunt. He collapses next to me while I clean myself off, then pulls me into him, spooning me and his lips brushing my neck. I pull my pillow towards me and spot something black. My breathing almost stops when I find a bra under it. I pick it up. What's this? I ask. He looks at me but doesn't say anything. It was under the pillow, it's not mine. I throw it at him and get up quickly, putting a blanket around me. Hope, he growls. I look up at him. I hope you had your fun because this won't ever happen again, I say angrily. Hope, he says in a warning tone this time and rushes out of bed, putting on his jeans as I'm picking up my clothes. I'm so done. I rush putting my clothes on. I don't know whose this is or how it got under my pillow. I'm so angry and hurt, but I stop for a minute, fully dressed now. Did she come in here? He doesn't answer me but tries to grab me. Answer me, did Stephanie come in here? Yes, but nothing happened. He yells. I stand shocked for a second. I can see the guilt on his face. Hope, I swear. I try to get out of his grip but he's too strong. If you don't let me go, I'll scream. I don't give a bad time. Scream all you want, I'm not letting you go until you listen to me. Let go of me. I push him again and look him straight in the eyes. I'm rejecting you as soon as I turn 18, and if I can do it now I will. He looks shocked but doesn't stop. I won't accept your rejection. Don't you say that again, he rages towards me. I grab my car keys and run out, almost crashing into both our parents. What's going on? My dad asks and I run into his arms. He hugs me protectively and I can't hold my tears in any longer. I want to leave. Zayn, what's going on? His dad asks him but he doesn't answer. Let go of her. Dad doesn't listen to him. Honey, I think you both need to calm down and cool off. Luna says. I can hear the worry in her voice. I want to go home please, I say to them all. Dad still holding me tight. Zayn, please, we're going to take her home, then when you both have calmed down and are ready to talk, you can come over or she will come here. Mom pleads. I'm not coming back here, I say, sounding pathetic, I'm sure. Zayn stays quiet and backs off. Zayn. I watch as she gets in the car with her parents and they drive off. Anger and fear hit me at the thought of losing her. I sit down on my couch with my head down. I should have told her that Stephanie came to my room, but I didn't because I knew how she'd act. You're ruining things with my mate. Hunter is furious and keeps growling in my head. I look at my bed. How did that brat get under my pillow? I can't focus. She was here only a few moments ago. I grab my phone and call her, but she doesn't answer. I keep calling again and again, but she doesn't answer. Great. I lean back and try to calm down before I storm on over there and do something I'll regret. 30 minutes later and I keep seeing images of her sprawled on my bed. If she thinks I'll let her reject me so she can find someone else, she's crazy. I'll kill her. A furious loud roar escapes me and Matt and Kyle rush in. They try to calm me down, but it's useless. I smash everything in my reach. Matt, Kyle, and now a few others grab me and try to hold me down, but I've lost every bit of common sense and control, and Hunter is dying to come out and tear this place down. My father comes in. Son, this isn't helping at all, you'll only make things worse, he snarls at me, then orders everyone out. Zayn, calm down. I know how you're feeling right now, but this isn't the way. Hunter starts to calm down instantly when hearing my dad's voice. Does this have anything to do with Stephanie? I saw her come to your room last night. He still has a tight grip on me. That's when things become clear. It makes sense now. It was Stephanie. Dad loosens his grip on me once he's sure I've calmed down. She came here, but I kicked her out. I say, running my hands through my hair. Good. He says, then continues, her father will be here shortly with your brother's mates. I took advantage of him coming and called for a meeting this morning with all our other allies concerning expanding our borders. You have to be there even if it's for a little while. I'll be there, I say as he walks out. I lean back on my bed and close my eyes. Her scent is all over my bed. She has had enough time to cool off. I'm going over there now. I get up, put my shirt on and go downstairs. Mom meets me at the bottom. Zayn, Alpha Edward Judd arrived, he's in your office. He can wait, I'll be back. As I'm about to walk out, I see her father enter. He knows where I'm headed. Zayn, your father has called for a meeting and everyone has arrived. He puts his hand on my shoulder and shocks me when he asks if I'm okay. I need to see her, I say. I know, he says. Alpha Edward and Dad walk over. Alpha Zayn, good to see you again. I nod my head towards him. Soon everyone's in my father's office discussing expanding and protecting borders. There's a new rogues leader, which raises suspicions about their plans and intentions. I keep looking at my watch. It's getting late. I excuse myself and make my way down to her house. Her mom opens the door and lets me in but doesn't say anything. Then she speaks calmly. I don't know what happened between you two, but I don't like to see my only daughter upset. I would never hurt her, I reply. Where is she? I say, looking into the next room. She's asleep. I need to see her. She looks at me carefully then walks away into the next room. I walk up to Hope's room and open the door slowly. She's asleep on her bed. I walk in and lay down next to her. I feel my chest tighten as I look at her beautiful face. She's frowning in her sleep but Hunter relaxes. She has no choice, she cannot reject me and she has to believe me one way or another. I lean closer to her and wrap her in my arms. I relax instantly and start to feel myself drift off to sleep. The next morning I woke up very early feeling relaxed. Hope is still asleep. She'll be getting up for school soon though. I move the blanket off her shoulders slowly and all the way down, revealing her body to my hungry eyes. She's sleeping in a t-shirt and panties. I cover her up again, slowly get out of bed and close her curtains shut and leave. I hate leaving her but I have to blow off some steam. I start running towards the woods and shifted into my wolf form. Hunter howls aggressively as he bolts through the trees. I can feel him breathing hard out of frustration. Hope. As soon as I wake up, yesterday's events flood through my mind and the pain comes back. I cannot believe he lied to me. I get up and take a quick shower. I put on jeans and a t-shirt and after drying my hair I put it up in a ponytail. I pack my necessities and some clothes in my backpack. I take the keys to my grandparents' house with me. My mom and dad are downstairs having their coffee when I come down. I skip breakfast because I'm already running late and I don't feel like talking yet. Emily picks me up and I'm surprised to see April in the car. As soon as I get in I'm bombarded with questions. I called you 1,000 times. Emily says. I'm sorry I turned my phone off and I really don't want to talk about it right now. They let it go for now. I turn on my phone and ignore all the missed calls and messages I have. Today I don't wait for everyone by the lockers, instead I just walk to my first class. Soon Jason takes a seat next me but doesn't say a word at first. He just looks at me and smiles and I smile back. I'm not going to ask you if you're okay because I can tell you're not. He pauses then continues, but if you want to talk I'm here. He's so sweet. Thank you. I pause for a minute then ask, can I reject him before I'm 18? He looks at me with concern. I mean in a few weeks I'll be 18 anyway, but can I do it now? You have to be 18 to reject your mate. He pauses, but are you sure you want to? I think that if you were 18 you wouldn't even think about it. I don't answer him. Gavin walks by us to take a seat. Hey Hope. I look over at him and he's smirking but I ignore him. I should just kick him, Jason says, and I can't help but laugh a little. Why does he bother you so much? Before he can answer the teacher walks in. I don't want to go back to the pack today. I need a few days to myself away from Zayn. My grandparents are out of town for another week so I'm going to stay at their house. It's a few hours away and I'm sure my grandparents won't mind at all. Right before lunch I call an Uber. I have to leave school before the guards come. I wish I had my car but the security guards won't let me out of our territory without notifying him. And if I had come to school in my own car, he would suspect I was up to something. After lunch I left school without telling anyone and took an Uber to the train station. Then I took the train the rest of the way. When I got on the train I left Mom a message telling her that I needed a break away from him for a few days. I promised to call her every day but I did tell her where I was going. I hate missing school but to be honest I can't focus on anything anyway. I'll make sure to make up for the few days I'm going to miss. After I message Mom, I turn my phone off again. My grandparents' house is so cozy and I'm grateful they are away. I wouldn't want them calling my parents. I walk around the house reminiscing the many times I used to visit my grandparents. I used to love coming here. Grandma and Grandpa used to spoil me with gifts and everything else really. Actually, they still do that till this day. I am lucky to be surrounded by so many people who love me. Except Zayn. He hurt me. I cannot believe that after everything that's happened between us that he would hurt me like this. I feel my heart break every time I picture him with that. But being here now I feel calm and nostalgic. I went to the guest bedroom on the first floor and laid down. I wonder what he's doing now. He's probably angry that I left without a word, but if I don't reject him he'll keep messing around with other women when he pleases. No matter how much it hurt to admit it, I know that Zayn and I are done for sure, and the sooner I can reject him the better. I got up and used the landline to order some food, and I ordered almost everything I could think of. I turned on the TV and start flipping through the channels. When I didn't find anything that can take my mind off Zayn, I went into my grandfather's library and pick out a book to read. I hate worrying my family and friends like this. Maybe tomorrow I'll call them. Zayn. When Alex called to tell me that Hope was not in school, I went crazy. I called her again and again, but her phone was shut off. I called Emily and she said that she picked up Hope this morning, but she didn't see her again after lunch. I drove as fast as I could over to her school and looked everywhere for her. She was gone. Her scent was everywhere in the school halls, but it was faint, indicating she's not here now. I run outside and started following her faint scent. Emily keeps calling. She's worried about her. My parents both call. They too are worried, and her cell phone is still off. Great. I have connections and men everywhere looking for her. She better be okay. How was it so easy for her to leave me? How could she leave without a word, without any regard for her friends or for me? If anything happens to her, or she is with anyone, there will be hell to pay. The ringing of my phone saves me from my thoughts. What Alex? I bark. Alpha. She used her card to pay for an Uber, then she used her card again at the train station, and that's where she was seen last. Was she with anyone? My voice comes out bitter, but I don't give a bedtime at this point. I just want to find her. No, she boarded alone, he answers. Did you find out where she went? Yes, she ordered food and paid with her card again. I'm sending you the location now. I hang up and start walking towards my car. My phone rings again. This time it's her mom. Catherine. Zayn, have you found her? She asked in despair. Yes, I have. I'm driving over there now. I'll call you when I'm with her. Hope. It's late and I can't sleep. I've been tossing and turning. I keep thinking about what's going on. I know I have to go back sooner or later, but for now I don't want to deal with this mess and with his possessive nature. He lied about her being in his room, and I found her disgusting bra in his bed. What else is there to consider? I guess once a player always a player. I cannot believe I slept on his bed after she was there. I get out of bed, head towards the kitchen and make myself a cup of tea. I hate feeling like this. My life was so simple before him, and yet, with everything that's happened, I still feel pain when I think of my life without him. All of a sudden I hear banging on the door. Who could that be? Then I remember that my grandparents are very close to their neighbors, so one of them probably saw the lights on and came over to check who's here, since they probably know that they are out of town. I walk over to the front door and open it. My heart drops as I quickly attempt to slam it shut again, but Zayn shoves the door open easily. I turn around to run, but he grabs me. Let me go. I screamed, my own voice sounding alien as I struggled in his arms, hitting and kicking him, but he doesn't even flinch. He places his hand over my mouth to get me to quiet down. My back is against his chest. Enough, he yells, his voice sounding deeper than usual and more animalistic. He turns me around to face him, then pins me up against the wall. What were you thinking? He snarls at me. I don't answer him. You left school without telling anyone and you turned your phone off. What if something had happened to you? Did you even think of that before going on your little adventure? Let go of me, don't touch me. I try to push him away, but he pulls me to him. You cannot hide or run away from me ever. He hits the wall so hard I yelp and cover my face. The expression on his face falls when he registers that he just scared me, and he tries to wrap his arms around me, but if he thinks he can come here and intimidate me, he's got something else coming. I'm a wolf too. I start hitting him again and again. Get away from me. I push him back and make a run for the door, and I actually get a few steps away this time before I hear him laugh. Then he grabs me again. Where are you going to go, Hope? Hey! He yanks my face towards him. You're not getting away, so stop trying to run. He growls and I huff. Go get your things, he demands. No. I'm not leaving. He runs his hand through his hair. Hope, I said go get your things now. What a jerk. I'm not going anywhere with you, I say, sounding vulnerable. He takes a step closer. Either you go get your things and walk out the door on your own, or I will carry you out myself. You're coming back home with me one way or another. He tilts his head to the side. Go get your things, and while you're at it, get me your phone. I fold my arms together. I said I'm not leaving. I don't want to go anywhere with you. You have some nerve coming here after what you did. Get out. He puts his head down and runs his hand through his hair before looking up at me again. If you would just listen to me rather than throw a fit, I would have told you that nothing happened. He snarls, showing his teeth. I put my hands on my hips and start laughing at him. Nothing happened? Then why did you lie to me about her coming to your room? And why was there a brat in your bed? I lied about her coming to my room because I knew you would freak out, but nothing happened. Freak out? How would you feel if I was with someone? How would you feel if I was the one sleeping around? He takes fast strides towards me and takes a hold of my face by the jaw. Don't ever say that again. I'm already pissed off and barely hanging by a thread, he warned, then closes his eyes and takes a deep breath. I will kill anyone who touches you. I'm about to shout at him, but he covers my mouth shut with his hand. Stephanie came to my room and she purposely put her bra there for you to find. I was in the shower, I didn't see her do it, but when I got out she had on a see-through shirt with no bra. I threw her out. I cannot stand the sight of her or any other woman when I have you. I can't help myself as tears start rolling down my face. I take a small step and lean into him. I'm sorry, I say softly. He holds me tight and takes a deep breath. You don't need to apologize, baby. He let out a sigh, then tilts my chin up. But don't ever run away like this again, I mean it. Just then his cell phone rings. Catherine, I'm with her and she's fine, and you were right, she's at her grandparents' house. We won't be coming back tonight, is all I hear him say before he hands me the phone. As I talk to Mom and apologize for worrying her, I walk into the guest room where I have my things. Zayn follows me in and sits down on the bed. He takes my hand and pulls me to stand between his legs. I'm still talking on the phone. He hugs me around my waist and put his head on my stomach. I hang up the phone and hand it to him as I run my fingers through his hair. He looks up at me. Do we have to leave tonight? I ask him. No, we don't. He stays quiet, still holding me around the waist as I reach for my phone and turn it on. I cannot believe the number of calls and messages I have. I lean down and kiss Zayn, who's being awfully needy right now, on his forehead. I can tell he's tired. Do you want to eat something before bed? He looks up at me and nods with a dirty smirk on his beautiful face. I laugh at him. Are you hungry? Have you eaten today? I had breakfast. I feel so bad he hasn't eaten and he looks exhausted. Come on, I take his hand and I walk ahead of him into the kitchen. I ordered so much food but couldn't eat. I heat the pizza for him and he has most of it with a glass of milk. After that we lay down in bed. I snuggle into his chest and fall into blissful sleep. Hope. I woke up and it was already noon. Zayn was asleep still. He looked so calm and peaceful in his sleep, different from the scowl that he usually wears across his handsome face. I tried to get up slowly but he tightened his grip on me and growled softly. I'm never letting you go again. He said, pulling me against him and rubbing his nose on my neck, but his eyes are still closed. Oh my! He makes me melt. I felt the intense heat growing between my legs. I reached my hand down and took his hard and not so little friend in my hand, and just as I expected, his lust-filled eyes shot open. He quickly took both my hands and pinned them over my head with his left hand and lifted my shirt all the way up with his other hand. I can't help my moaning. I want him. Your arousal is driving me insane, he whispered in my ear, then nibbled on my earlobe. Tell me what you want, baby. I pause for a second. I'm not used to this. I want you. His deep raspy voice and his skillful hands are too much for me this morning. I kept squirming under him. He let go of my hands and flipped me over, then wrapped his hand in my hair, lifting my head back. I want you too, more than anything, and when I have you, you won't know what to do with yourself. I could feel his erection on my bottom. He lifts himself up a little and lets go of my hair as he lifts my shirt up and above my head. I felt a shiver down my back when he started to place soft wet kisses down my spine, giving me goosebumps all over my body. Tell me, baby, how was it so easy for you to leave me? That's when I realized he's punishing me. Oh my goddess! He brings one hand around my stomach and with the other he grips my hip and lifts me up on my arms and knees. Are you ever going to run away from me again? He growled and I giggled. He hooked his fingers around the sides of my panties and pulled them down my legs. I asked you a question, he demanded. This is a whole new level of dominance, and for whatever reason he's doing this now. I don't want him to stop. No, I answer him. He opened my legs farther apart and slipped his finger inside me, and I couldn't take the burning desire and need for him any longer. No, what? Oh my! No, I won't run away from you anymore. My words sounded more like moaning. You better not! He threatened. He lifted me up now so I'm on my knees only, and he is right behind me. How was it so easy for you to leave me? He asked yet again. It wasn't, please, I can't help it, I'm lost in a sea of pleasure and I am so close. He's torturing me with his fingers, rubbing me so slow, and his seductive voice isn't helping either. Please, what? He wants me to say something that I'm not used to saying, I couldn't get myself to say it. So, he brought his mouth to my ear. Tell me baby, what are you begging for? His warm breath and seductive voice broke my walls falling down. That was it, I had to say it or he was not going to stop this torture. I want to come, I said as I threw my head back on his shoulder. Please, I could practically see the glint of seduction in his eyes and smirk on his face as he made me beg for it. Say you're mine forever, he says aggressively. Oh my, I need release, I'm yours forever. The words came rushed out of my mouth. Say it slower. Growling, don't growl at me, little wolf. He threatened me again, a little harder this time. I'm yours forever, I said slowly. Good girl, he seethed, now you can come. And he started to rub me a little faster and rougher. It didn't take long before I let out loud cry as I come all over his fingers. He held me against him and kept his fingers where they were, still rubbing while he whispered dirty things in my ear. After I could finally see straight again. If this is how he punishes me, I wouldn't mind getting in trouble. I broke our kiss and turned myself around so I was on my knees facing him now. Good morning, little wolf, he smiled. I hid my face in his neck and he chuckled. I told you I could punish you. I'll show him. Two can play this game of his, I'm a strong wolf too. I pushed him down and yanked his boxers down. His thick manhood sprung up and I wrapped my hand around him as I took him into my mouth. He grunts as he looks at me and I look him right in the eyes. I kept my hand on the bottom part of his erection and my mouth took in what I could from the top. He said again. I kept moving my hand and mouth until he was close and ready to spill. It was my turn for some fun. I slowed down. Tell me you're mine, I said, and he smirked. I'm all yours, baby. He said, lifting himself up on his elbows so he could watch what I was doing. I took him deeper in my mouth and moved a bit faster until he reached his release with a grunt of my name on his lips. I continued to move until he fell back cursing. He pulled me up towards him. I love you, he said. I gave him a quick peck. I love you too. He tilted his head down a bit, looked at me with so much emotion I almost had to look away. I'll never get enough of hearing you say that. He ran his fingers through my hair. Say it again. I smiled at him, then took his face in my hands. I love you, Zayn Black, my mate. I adore the smile that spreads on his face from ear to ear. We stayed in bed wrapped in each other's arms and soon I heard him snoring ever so softly. I was hungry, but being wrapped in his strong arms right then felt too good to get up and leave his side, so I reached for my phone and messaged my mom. Hi mom, we are still at grandma's. I love you. Hi darling, I can't wait to see you. This Friday night is the welcome party for Matt and Kyle's mates. I love you too. Dad says hi and Grandma and Grandpa are happy you are at their house, but they want you to visit soon with your mate when they come back. I also replied to Emily, April, Amy, and Jason. I felt bad that I worried them all. I love my family and friends. My mind drifted off to Stephanie. He better stay away from Zayn and I quickly shut out thoughts of her out of my mind and started reading on my favorite reading app. A few chapters later I felt really hungry, so I slipped away from Zayn's grip and headed to the kitchen. I started looking through the fridge and decided to make us some sandwiches. I also made Zayn some coffee. I was busy in the kitchen when I heard a weird sound coming from the guest room, so I walked back and found Zayn sweating as he whimpered and sank his claws in the mattress as if he's fighting something in his sleep. I got in bed again and knelt down next to him. "Zayn, wake up!" I shoo him softly. He lets go of the mattress but grabbed my arm and I cried out in pain. "Zayn, it's me, wake up!" Finally, he woke up breathing hard with drops of sweat on his forehead. He pulled me into his hard chest. "Hope, where were you?" he asked confused. I ran my fingers through his hair calming him down. I went in the kitchen to make us something to eat. "Please don't leave me," he said, and my heart tightened and ached for him. "You were having a nightmare, tell me." I placed soft kisses on his face to soothe him. He hesitated a little but then said, "I dreamt that you were taken away from me." He looked like he was in pain. "I'm right here and I'm not going anywhere." He stared at me for a few seconds. "Hope you cannot leave me ever again." "I won't allow it," he growled. "I'm not leaving you," I assured him. He hugged me and I melt into him. "Zayn, are you okay?" "I told you once before, as long as you're okay, I'm okay." I smiled at him and kissed his forehead. "I'm hungry, let's eat please." He kissed my forehead before he pulled away from me. "Okay, I'm hungry too." We had lunch quietly together, then we got cleaned up. He tried to get me to shower with him but I didn't. "I can't shower with you at my grandparents' house," I argued. He raises his eyebrow at me. "No? But you can suck my..." I quickly covered his dirty mouth with my hand. He laughed then gently bit my hand. While he showered, I cleaned up a little, packed my things and we left my grandparents' house. Zayn opened the door for me and put my seat belt on before he kissed me and got in the driver's seat. As soon as he got in, he took my hand. I looked down at our fingers intertwined in each other, then up at him again. "Zayn, what are you going to do about Stephanie?" He glanced at me. "Don't worry about her, baby. She crossed a line, Zayn, and she needs to be put in her place. I don't want her thinking she has a chance with you." He squeezed my hand gently. "I'll take care of it, I promise," he said. I stayed quiet. He said he would take care of it and that's enough for me right now. I yawned. "Your birthday is this weekend." I looked at his gorgeous face and gave him a playful smile. "What would you like?" "I'd like you on my bed, legs wrapped around me," he said shamelessly. I smacked his arm. "Do you ever not think of X?" "Actually, yes, when I'm not with you I don't think about X, but when I am with you, I can't help it. You're so irresistible," he said, then kissed my hand. "I need to go shopping tomorrow and get him something for his birthday and figure out where to take him. Maybe I'll take him out to a fancy dinner in the city. I would invite some of his friends, but I haven't met any of his friends other than Alex, and he's a part of our pack." I yawned again, feeling sleepy. "Baby, try to sleep. It's going to be a while until we reach our territory. I'll wake you up when I stop for dinner." "Okay." I leaned close to him and kissed his cheek before attempting to sleep. "Zayn." She leaned her seat back a little and closed her eyes. I felt so lucky to have her. She is divine. Watching her with her eyes closed, I felt myself get hard. She turns me into a beast. In less than a couple of weeks she turns 18. I cannot wait for her to feel my mate bond. I can start mind linking her whenever I want and she will be able to shift and get in touch with her wolf. Hunter purrs in my head. He is happy to have his mate. This girl is everything to me, I think to myself. To US, Hunter growled. The closer she got to turning of age, the more her need for me will grow, but she will want to be close to me a lot more. I already know where I'm taking her for her 18th birthday and she is going to love it. I wanted to take her to new places and make memories with her. Our first trip was Hawaii, and even though she had been there before, our trip there remains very special. It was our first trip. I hate that I have to go away for work soon, but maybe I can convince her to come with me. I stopped at her favorite diner and woke her up. After she checked the mirror and ran her hand through her hair before we walked in hand. She literally turned every head in the diner and I slid my arm around her waist as I glared at a few men. I took her all the way to the back, to a private booth where I can have her all to myself. I ordered for the both of us, knowing what my baby likes. The waitress tried to flirt with me, but I didn't even bother looking at her. How can I when hope consumes my every thought and desire? When Hope noticed the waitress's pathetic attempt to draw my attention, she looked like she was going to pounce on her. She's so cute. I recalled the way she attacked Stephanie and smiled at my little wolf as I took her hand and kissed it front and back, in front of the waitress. Hope. It was late when we got to our territory. Zayn dropped me off at home and came in for a little while. A sense of relief washed over me when Mom and Dad didn't ask too many questions about what happened, but they both kept insisting that after I turned 18 we wouldn't fight as much because of the mate bond. Mom told me that I will be able to feel everything Zayn feels. I already knew that, but I couldn't wait to experience it with him. Have you two had dinner? Mom asks us, smiling. Yes, we have. Thank you, Zayn answered as he puts his arm around me. I wonder if Zayn's possessive side will ever simmer down? I thought to myself. We were sitting in the living room when we heard loud knock and I knew who it is right away. Dad opened the front door and Emily came in and attacked me with a hug. I was so worried about you. She cries out. Luna came in after her and she hugged me lovingly. Hope, my dear, I missed you so much. She hugged me tight again. Mom, you're suffocating her, Zayn said and pulled me towards him. His mom rolled her eyes at him. I'm sorry, Hope, but we missed our soon-to-be Luna. She wore the most affectionate smile on her face. I knew Zayn still had work to take care of tonight, but I didn't want him to leave. I felt like my heart was going to break if he left tonight. I felt so clingy and needy right now, and it scared me a little because I was usually very independent. I keep holding his hand or grabbing onto his shirt every time he got up. Baby, I'll come back before you sleep, he said when he stood up to leave, and I grabbed his shirt. He bent down and gave me a kiss on my head. I felt so embarrassed. I wasn't not used to feeling like this. He took me aside, my parents and his mom looking at us in admiration. You don't know how happy I am that you want me to stay, but I have to see my father, it's important. He cupped my face and gave me a quick kiss. Come with me, I won't be able to sleep without you. I took his hand in mine. I probably won't be able to sleep without you either, and I don't want to sleep without you, but I think I should stay here tonight. He smiled. I think he's enjoyed my sudden insatiable desire to be with him. I wanted to tell him to come back and sleep next to me, but I didn't want to sound so needy. He said good night to my parents and left. Luna didn't stay too long after. We talked about the twin mates, school, and before leaving she asked me if I'd like to meet her for breakfast before school tomorrow, which of course I agreed to. Emily and I hang out in my room. Gavin asked me about you today. I was a little surprised and cannot believe his audacity. I keep telling him I'm not interested. He's persistent, I'll give him that," Emily said and shrugged her shoulders. She mind-linked April and Amy and they came over with Eric and Derek also. "Where's Jason?" I asked. "I thought he would come see me." "I don't know, he's been out all day," Eric said looking down at his phone. "I'm kind of worried about him, he doesn't seem like himself recently. Has anyone else noticed?" Amy asked and I couldn't help but feel like this had something to do with me. "He's just being a sore loser," Derek laughed and looked over at me. Before things turned into an awkward conversation I intervened. "What did I miss in school?" Derek looked at me. "Nice save, but not much really, and you probably have every assignment already aced." My friends knew me way too well. "So what do you guys think of Matt and Kyle's mates?" I asked. "I haven't really had a chance to get to know them. Hopefully Friday night at their welcome party we can spend some time with them," Amy replied. "Who wants to go to the mall tomorrow? I need to pick up something for the party." "I'll go. Let's all go and we can have lunch there," April said and stood up to leave. Eric stood up right after her. "They are too cute together," I couldn't help but smile at them. When they all left I started a bath and made sure to pour in a lot of bubble bath, then slipped into the lavender-scented foam and felt myself relax right away. The hot water felt so good against my skin. I leaned my head back and closed my eyes. When all of a sudden I heard howling and loud chaotic roaring, then the sound of our pack's alarm. Oh my goddess, we were under attack. "Zayn!" Security called from the northern border and I immediately notified Matt and Kyle and told them to alert all the warriors and fighters. It's been a long time since we were attacked. Who would dare attack us unless they had a death wish? I sounded the alarm and before I left the pack house, sent Alex to get Hope and bring her to the pack house so she was safe. I can't risk anything happening to her, and her father was probably already at the borders, so I didn't want her and her mom alone at their house. Dad and I ran out and shifted at the same time. Hunter was roaring with excitement as his adrenaline shot up 1,000 times a minute. He was raging today. I know he loves a good battle, but today he is even more furious in fear of anything happening to Hope. We couldn't bear the thought of any breach or attack or any kind of danger now that we had our mate. The sound of snarls and howls become closer. "Zayn, Brian is outnumbered," Dad mind-linked me as we approached, and I lunged at a group of rogues attacking Brian, gripping and ripping them apart one by one. He was hurt, but he was also strong, teeth bared, and with a loud howl he continued to attack. "Hope! Where is he?" I asked Alex, my voice trembling with fear at the thought of anything happening to Zayn. "He'll be fine. He sent me to make sure you didn't stay here alone." Mom and I hastily walked to the pack house where several warriors stood outside guarding. They bowed as Mom and I passed by. "All borders are secured. Keep the women inside the pack house hall. Alpha's orders," Alex yelled out as he ran off and shifted into his wolf form. Mom and I joined Luna and all the other women who couldn't fight because of age. Mandy and Carrie were sitting by Luna's side when Mom and I walked in. She ran towards us, embracing me. "Don't worry, they will be fine," I whispered as she hugged me. I couldn't blame her for feeling scared. Her mate and children were all in battle. If the rest of the women feel your fear, they will get scared, and we don't want to do that. She looked up at me and smiled. Emily and Amy were there too, but April was either on the battlefield right now or she was helping secure one of the other open borders. The fact is, when we are under attack, all wolves of age and have had enough training have to do their part. Whether they fight alongside the warriors or they help secure borders. Luna composed herself as she gained her strength. Thank Goddess for you, Hope, she said, surprising me. I walked over to Mandy and Carrie, who were of age for sure, but they weren't fighting because they hadn't been here long enough to test their fighting skills. They look worried, so I tried to help calm them down. We are the strongest pack known, they will be fine, I reassured them, then took a look around at the older women who always had their mates or children out there fighting to keep us safe. I felt a sense of responsibility take over me, a feeling that I had to reassure them that everything would be fine. I went around the hall talking to each and every one of them. A little boy came up to me. Luna, will you be my mate? You're beautiful, I laughed and picked him up. I already have a mate, but I wouldn't mind giving you a kiss. I pinched his cheek softly and gave him a kiss. His mom walked over smiling and he took her hand. She kissed me, the Luna kissed me, I heard him say. I walked over to Derek's mom, I hugged her. You are so precious, Hope, you're going to make a wonderful Luna. I felt so proud when she said those words to me. A few short hours and thankfully one of the guards came in and lets us know that the men were making their way back. I walked outside with Mom and Luna. Please go check if the nurses and doctors need any kind assistance with the injured, I told a few guards as I walked outside. They nodded and ran towards the pack hospital. I stood outside with Mom by my side and my heart leapt when I finally spotted Zayn. I ran towards him and jumped into his arms. He was shirtless and had blood on his arms and chest. Are you injured? Nothing, a kiss from you can't heal. I gave him a quick peck. Is everyone okay? Where's Dad? I asked, looking around at the rest. Yes, everyone is okay. We didn't lose anyone, but your dad and a few others have been taken to the hospital, but he is fine. I wish I got that kind of welcome, Matt said, and Mandy immediately hugged him. Mom, Zayn, and I drove over to the pack hospital. Mom sat in the passenger seat by the driver and Zayn and I in the back. He had his arm around me. I felt so safe with him by my side. The doctor told us that Dad was fine, but he just had a deep claw cut on his side. I could hear Dad's voice talking to one of the warriors. Thank Goddess he was fine. He kissed Mom and hugged me tight. Zayn forced me to come here and get cleaned up, but I'm fine. He sat up but winced in pain a little. Betta, Brian, you should stay here tonight. I'd like to keep an eye on that wound. Tomorrow morning you can leave, one of the pack doctors said. Yes, of course he will stay and I'll stay with him, Mom said before Dad could argue with the doctor. Dad wasn't having it, he wanted to go home. If the doctor said you should stay, then you should please listen to him, I demanded when Dad tried to get up and leave again. Okay, fine, I'll stay for your sake, princess, but only for the night, even though I'm sure there's no need, and tomorrow morning I will leave. Dad finally agreed. Hope you're staying with Zayn, right? Zayn answered for me, yes of course, don't worry. I don't want to keep Zayn here long, he needed to rest too. I kissed Mom and Dad and took Zayn's hand as we left the hospital. Inside the pack house, the Alpha was still in the hall with most of the pack members. We're going to check on Brian, he said as Luna finished tending to a cut on his arm. He and Luna started walking out of the hall, but they both stopped and turned towards us. Oh, and Zayn, I think you should know that your mate is going to make the best Luna, and she is by far ready to take on the position, Luna said, surprising me again. I know. Zayn smiled at me as his parents walked out towards the hospital. I checked on my friends real quick while Zayn checked on the warriors. Emily and I were with Jason and his family. April and Eric came over too. I thanked the goddess they were all fine. Zayn walked over and took my hand. He looked around. Jason, you fought well. You're very brave, Zayn said to Jason with a serious look on his face. You too, Eric. I think you both will make great warriors. Thank you, Jason and Eric both responded with beaming smiles. Zayn did not give out compliments often, so saying that to them meant a lot to both them and their parents. Soon the pack house was back to normal. We said good night to Matt and Kyle and their mates and headed upstairs to Zayn's room. I'm going to run you a bath, I told him as he walked in the bathroom, started taking off his shorts. Zayn got in the bath. Come in with me. I didn't hesitate and I started to undress while he watched. I got in the tub behind him, took a cloth and started wiping his shoulders until he relaxed. Are you okay? I asked as I kissed his shoulder. I am now. Join our Facebook and WhatsApp group for more updates, link is given in description. Rest audiobook will be continued in next episode.